Hi, I'm Alicia Klein, a prevention specialist with the Council on Chemical Abuse. And welcome to another installment of Prevention in Pajamas, where each week we discuss a new prevention topic, which provides you with some general knowledge and information and fun ways to sneak in prevention while at home with the children in your lives. And this week's topic is all about medication safety. But first, I want you to know that you play the most important role in prevention because parenting is prevention. But what is prevention? Prevention is engaging our children in conversation about the dangers of using, but prevention is also providing them with the correct information and building resiliency skills to help our children make healthy decisions for their lives. Most schools provide drug and alcohol prevention throughout the year, but there is so much that you can do at home to strengthen these skills children need to choose not to use. Especially now in our current situation, where we are surrounded by so much uncertainty and heightened levels of stress. With this week's lesson, it's important to know that talking to your children about drugs and alcohol and addiction, it is not a one-time conversation. It is a conversation that begins when they are very young and it grows as they grow. Medication safety is a great way to begin this developmental long conversation with our children. Right, so what do we need to know about medication safety? When talking to children about medication safety, a good place to start is defining what a drug is, the difference between prescription and over-the-counter medication, and ways that they can use medication safely, and the dangers of misusing. So what is a drug? A drug is any substance that alters the way the brain and our body is functioning. So are all drugs bad for you? Absolutely not. We can think about drugs in three categories: prescription drugs, over-the-counter medications, and street or illegal drugs. So prescription drugs are most commonly identified by that RX symbol, and those are medications that are prescribed to us by a doctor. A prescription is a federal legal document, which means it is illegal to share or to take medication that is not prescribed to you. Over-the-counter, or OTC, are those medications that we can buy without a prescription at the local pharmacy or Walmart or Target. For example, Tylenol, Advil, cough medicine, allergy medicine, cough drops, and vitamins. And then street drugs or illegal drugs are obviously those that are illegal to make, use, or sell, such as cocaine or heroin. But remember, not only street drugs are dangerous to take. Prescription and over-the-counter can also be dangerous, and they can cause illness and death if misused. So how do we keep ourselves safe? Medication safety begins by following the doctor's directions on how to take the medication, and also following the directions on the label or package for over-the-counter meds. Only you or an adult you trust, such as a school nurse or doctor or a relative, should be dispensing medication to children. Children, and that means even teenagers, should never dispense their own medication. Never take more or less medication than prescribed. If you have concerns, call the doctor. We also want to dispose of any unused medication properly. So that means never flushing medication down the toilet or putting it in the trash. Flushing medication down the toilet, it gets into our water supply, and if the treatment center does not have the specific chemicals to remove those drugs, it gets recycled back into the water that we use every day. Same way if we throw medicine in the trash, that medicine then can get recycled into the soil that we use to grow food. The best way to dispose of medication safely is through a medication drop box. Unfortunately, right now, the medication drop boxes that are found throughout the county are closed. However, you can use medication disposal bags, which I will talk about how you can get those at the end of this video. It is also important that you want to use a lockbox for proper medication storage. Medication should always be kept safe from children or others who may be entering your home. One way people misuse medication is to steal it from the homes of friends and family. Again, at the end of the video, I will tell you how you can get a free medication lockbox. And finally, we never want to share or take medicine that is not prescribed to us. Now, let's talk about misuse. What does that mean? Misusing medication means taking a medication in a way that was not intended to be used. In general, most people are not setting out to intentionally misuse their medication. Prescriptions can be expensive, and many times family members might share the medication. Or if we think medication is not working right, we may take it, we may take more of it, or if we're feeling better, we might not take all of the medication. However, regardless of our intentions, anytime a prescription is taken for a different reason than prescribed, if it's taken by someone else, not prescribed to them, taking a higher dose without a doctor's permission, or taking medication when you don't need it, it's considered misuse. But why is this dangerous? Everybody's body is different, and medication prescribed to one person does not make it safe for someone else. Many times children believe that medication that comes from a doctor must be safe, and this is not true. Medication is only safe if the doctor prescribes it for that person to take. Many prescription drugs like benzodiazepines, which are mental health meds, or opioids, your pain medications, are highly addictive, and misusing them can lead to an addiction. Developing an addiction to prescription medication can then lead to an addiction to illegal drugs. Misusing medication can also lead to illnesses and death. So let's talk education. Education is so important, and educating our children regarding medication safety starts with just a simple conversation. Sit down and talk with your children. Let them know what is safe and unsafe to put into their mouth. Role modeling safe medication practices is so important. And let them know that medication might sometimes look and taste like candy, but it is not candy and should never be eaten like candy. Let them know that only you or someone you trust will give them the medication. Play the pill and candy game with your children. This game can be found on our website and teaches children and even adults just how similar pills and candy can be to each other. It is important that children know that someone could give them something someday that could look like candy, but could very well be a dangerous drug. And finally, teach your children how to make good choices for themselves so that you can be confident that as they grow older, they have the ability to keep themselves safe. Decision making starts with just taking a pause to stop and think before making any choice. Children should think about all the different choices they have and the consequences or outcomes of the choices they make. Learning to make good decisions takes practice. Giving children some independence to make smaller decisions prepares them for the tougher choices they will have to one day make for themselves. So, for example, allow your children to pick out what to wear, give them choices on food, give them the freedom to decide what chores to do or not to do, and have them learn about the outcomes or consequences of their choices. And lastly, let's talk about those resources. So please visit our website at www.cocaburks.org/summercamp. There you will find the pill and candy game that I talked about. You can play it online or you can print it out to play with your family. You will find the link there to request a free medication lockbox, and you can also request those free medication disposal bags. We also have a complete list of medication drop boxes that will hopefully be open soon for you to use then to dispose of your medication. And lastly, we provide you with several links to resources with more information on teaching decision-making skills and medication safety to your children. Once again, I'm Alicia Klein. Thank you for watching Prevention in Pajamas. If you are participating in our summer camp, don't forget to color in your tile that you watch Prevention in Pajamas. And please visit our website, cocaburks.org/summercamp for more information and all of these resources I talked about today. Thank you.